Hello everyone, Debbie Cork here, just wanting to show you the latest journal that I finished. The light isn't great today, so I'm hoping it'll be okay for you. This one is almost finished, and I've come on now because the light is fading fast, and got time to do it this afternoon. So this is a journal. I'll start to flip through it. This is a journal that I've done, junk journal, from inspired by Gluebook Banter, which is a group on Facebook run by Colleen Riley. And basically there are prompts every day, and I used just some junk mail to make the pages. So you could use just menu, that stuff that comes through the door, old calendar paper. This is just a business reply card that I've torn and cut in half. So all the pages were different sizes. And basically every day there is a prompt that you can use to do a page. So I did the pages separately and then just bound them together at the end. And what I did was I've done 3 months, so you can see there are 3 signatures. Hopefully you can see that. 3 signatures. I'll talk about the cover in a minute. So how they do it? Well, the first month I did it, which was November's, I took 8 pieces of paper and just folded them in half, and then used a different page on each day. And basically they supply you with an image. So this was day 2 and this was day 3, and then you can use them however you want to. So this I tried cutting behind an image. First time I've ever done that, which was I quite like doing that. This was the image on that day. And you don't have to use the images, but they're there if you want to do them, which is quite nice. This was the image for the day, was the books and the skyline on this one. So as you can see, the pages are all different sizes, which is quite nice. They don't go together as well as I'd like in terms of, so when you can see the background, they don't always go with them, but the whole point is that it's a page a day, so it doesn't really matter in this particular instance. You can do it in a book if you want to, but I decided I would do it on individual sort of pages. This was the image on the day, and it's a really nice challenge to just do a page a day. Some of them are quite small. This was an image. This was the image, so I actually cut the image up a little bit, and the hummingbird on this one. And they really are great fun to do because it's not a lot of work every day, but it's a regular practice, which I find quite useful. This was the image on the day, the little village, and the butterfly on that particular day. This was November, so I'm struggling to remember exactly which the images were. It was this one on this particular day, and the ballerina. So that was November's. And it does make you think outside the box a bit, which is quite nice. So you can interpret it in any way you like. You don't have to, you don't have to do a traditional page. It can be anything. This was the image for the day, was the little boy and the owl on that day. Panda and the dancers. You can add words if you want to, or not. So this is quite a small page. Tall and thin, and it's quite nice to do different size pages because it makes you think differently. This was the image on that particular day, and then at the end of the month I actually had a spare copy of the pages on this particular month, so I just collaged them all together to make the end page. And then we go on to December. I did December slightly differently. So those were on November, the images were printed out. In December's, they actually gave you a word description of the images as well. So I decided that rather than printing out images every day, I would try that. And it worked really well, actually, because it really did make you think outside the box. And I decided right at the word go that I wouldn't get hung up on if I couldn't find a particular image. So there are a few days where I just couldn't find anything that was vaguely similar to what they were suggesting. And so I just did a sort of free page on that day. So to give you an example of some of the prompts, if I can remember what they were. So this one, just going back because I've seen it, was fairy on a moss. It wasn't quite a fairy, but it was close enough. Stack of cookies was this one, so I decided to split them all out and use them to decorate on a wedding cake. This one is a butterfly with orange flowers. So there's the butterfly and the orange flowers, not sort of the traditional way of using them. And giraffes, it should have been giraffes at sunset, but it's amazing how tricky it is to actually find an image when you're looking for a particular one. I've got quite a lot of images, but I didn't find it very easy at all to find some of the images. In actual fact, that took the longest time. But what it did do, it meant that when you were looking through your images, it reminded you of ones you had. You thought, oh yes, I'd forgotten I'd got those. So it served its purpose really in terms of looking for them. So it was a really nice, a different way of doing sort of glue booking really. This was a really nice page. I enjoyed doing that one. I can't remember, but I think the prompt was kite on this one. Yes, it was. And the door with an old lock, which is actually quite hard to find when you're looking for that, just that specifically. This one was elephant, and the only picture I had of an elephant was this tiny one, so I had to put other pictures with it as well. But that's quite a good part of the challenge really. You can really sort of think about different things. This was stacked stones on a beach. This one was country lane, which actually came out a bit differently. And what's this one? This one was a winter landscape with a tree and a fence. Not quite got the fence, but close enough. So it was really, really good to do. I really enjoyed working on the different size pages, and I really enjoyed the challenge of using the prompt where I could, but again the freedom if I didn't have a particular image. So this particular one, I don't think I had. The image for this one was teepee. I couldn't find a teepee anywhere, so I used things that were sort of teepee shaped. I thought that was sort of close enough. And that one didn't set out to be a coloured theme page, but ended up it just ended up in that way. This one was bicycle with luggage, which I enjoyed doing that one. And this one was baby on a rug. Just trying to look through my. This was knitting needles, and I didn't actually. The only knitting needle page I had was this tiny little one. So again, it's just a question of finding. I didn't have a crowned crane, which was what the prompt for this date was, and the prompt for this one was fireworks. So that was the end of December, and then I carried on because I really was enjoying it. So and I decided I would put 3 months into a book, just because otherwise it gets a bit big. I'm hoping the challenge continues into next month. So we've just finished January's now, but I really would urge you to have a go if you haven't done so. All you need is some junk mail, a glue stick, and some magazine images, and then just have fun. This one was a nice image. I love this particular image, and then just added I think the chap on the boat was already there. Added the suitcase and the pencil. So you don't need a lot of images per page. Some of them have more than others, but this one was just 3 images. So that was some background paper, and then 3 images stuck onto that. This was a really nice one. It's the only steam train I could find, and actually it's the Bournemouth Bell, which is actually an old local train, which is nice. And this one was actually Durdle Door, which is fairly near where I live, so it was nice to do that one. But yes, you can have all sorts of fun. The theme for this one was pug. Didn't have any pug dogs, but close enough. So do have a go. It really is very straightforward and very simple. You just glue down pictures until you find ones you like. This was a nice page to do, and this one. So yeah, you find your style is changing every time you do a page, because the fact that it's a different size and a different prompt every time makes it quite different. I've got 1 page left to do because it's 8 pages, and obviously you don't need quite 8 pages, so I need to put something on there. And then the cover I just made out of a piece of card, which I covered with images. I sewed the spine in with fishing wire again, so that you can't actually see it, so you can still see the image. And that's the front, and then I actually covered the back inside as well the back inside covers just with different images. I chose sort of darker colours because this is November, December and January. And I thought it was, if we do go on to do other years, I can sort of lighten the tone so that you can see the seasons, and it will remind me when I did it. So I thought that was quite a nice thing to do. So that's the book, and I just wanted to hop on and actually say that I'm going to be on Art Joy of Sharing's live stream this Tuesday, which is the 2nd of February at 4:30 UK time or 10:30 CST time in America. Just going to have a chat with Peg about different things to do with art. So I'll put the link in the description below. So if you want to join in that either live or it'll be recorded, I expect, and then you can watch the replay. It'll be lovely to see you. And I'm quite nervous about it, I have to say, because it's the first live stream I've ever done. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's a lovely, friendly group. So I think it's going to be good fun. So there you have it. This is Gluebook Banter, Gluebook for November, December and January. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks ever so much for joining. Bye-bye.